It can't be that bad, oh, 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 it can't be that bad.
I always wondered why people wear sunglasses on podcasts. Maybe
Oh, you know, hey.
It happens all
What
the
are
time.
you hiding?
I mean, the studio lights are too bright.
Is that why? Or are they hiding something?
I think
I
that
think they're
too.
hiding.
I think they're hiding. I always wanted to do like an X-ray of somebody with their glasses on, and just like Photoshop bros with their glasses on, like their eyes like all cross-eyed,
Fucked up.
or like asleep or something.
Oh yeah,
like,
dude. If my
yeah.
eyes were looking in two different directions, sunglasses all day, or
Yeah.
one eye patch.
Need that. Need the eye patch.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should bring eye patches back. How come like or monocles? How come?
Monocles need to come back 2025. If baggy clothes can come back, monocles can come
What's
back.
the point of a monocle? Does that mean just like homeboys, just one eye had astigmatism? How's that even
Maybe
work?
it was kind of just like one of those things that look cool. Type
Or
shit.
are they
I
like
guess so.
looking at something slightly like further distance?
Oh yeah,
They
yeah,
wanna-
yeah. That's true.
But then constantly you kind of have to
yeah.
flex your cheek and your brow to like hold the glass, right? Because it's
Yeah.
not stuck on there.
And also, I mean, in a way, it is, I guess, a little bit easier to fold and can put away than a like pair
Than
of
a full.
glasses than a full. You just have one lens. You just whip it up real quick.
Oh, I guess so. I guess, and the case is smaller for
Case
a
is
monocle.
smaller. It's just convenience is king.
But also, in a time where there were so many inconveniences,
Yeah.
how is that the
Cholera.
biggest- Yeah, dude. Can you
Plague.
imagine like living during the Black Plague? Just be like, oh shit, my aunt died, and I just saw her yesterday. But
Yeah, man.
Man, I need a monocle.
I don't know if that's the
to
reasoning.
read this
Bro.
will.
Yeah.
Hey, there you
I
go.
see what you did there.
Yes.
Too easy. Yeah. It's so odd that it sounds like Stunna Man, but it ain't Stunna Man, and you guys proved that. What movie is the sample from? Is that sound?
White man can't jump.
Yep. I'm gonna let him say that.
That's just too easy. No. That shit is too easy.
White Men Can't Jump. Is that the one with Woody Harrelson? And,
Yes.
Yeah.
and Blade.
And Blade. Blade.
He's playing Blade in that
And
movie.
Rosie Perez too. Shout out Rosie Perez.
Rosie Perez. Yeah.
Are you guys
Yeah.
big like movie fans or like big nostalgia fans? Is that like where part
Like
of where it comes from?
movies.
I
Yeah,
think we're
we
big.
like
We're
movies.
movie buffs.
Movie buffs.
Ooh,
Sure.
talk about the
Would
best
say.
movies that like kind of define your guys' I don't know.
We love directors for sure.
Yeah, I like directors, man.
Okay.
Um,
like who?
Well, we were talking last night about like Kubrick.
I mean, Francis
Like-
Ford Coppola.
Yeah.
Fucking who else, bro? Wait, now I'm fucking blanking out, man. Fuck.
So we're thinking
Jim
Kubrick,
Jarmusch. That's a random.
The Shining, Godfather. These are things you guys kind of grew up with.
yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Quentin Tarantino. I'm assuming
Yes,
you guys.
you know, course.
Yeah, that's like. I feel like that's like the classic arc of like
Yeah.
movies. Like though you go through those directors.
Yeah. Like, have you seen Pulp Fiction?
Yeah,
Like,
easy.
kind of one of those.
Like
yeah.
at that point, is it just kind of cliche now to be like my favorite
Yeah.
director is
I feel like-
Quentin Tarantino?
Yeah, it's like you kind of like now being a movie buff is like in some ways you could be kind of perceived as a dick because you're like, oh, you haven't seen these movies that I think are classics, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
I
it's
guess
like-
you could be kind of like condescending with it.
Yeah.
Well, let's act out how you could be like, how could we say to a friend that hasn't seen Pulp Fiction, oh, fuck, you haven't seen Pulp Fiction without seeming like an asshole? Here, let's act it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, man, I haven't seen that movie, Orange Pulp Fiction.
Bro, what the fuck, bruh?
Oh my god.
That's bruh.
Oh my god.
It's like, do you even like movies, bro?
Yeah, I've loved my favorite movie actually is 50 First Dates with Adam Sandler.
Hey, 50 First Dates. That's tropical. They got some citrus on that island. Pulp Fiction, you know, like I'm sure you might like some pulp. I know you're a healthy guy.
I'm down. I mean, but like Samuel L. Jackson, he scares me a little bit. I seen his best movie out there, Snakes on a Plane.
Ooh.
That is a good movie.
Yeah.
Samuel, that is a great movie. But listen, he's he plays a different character. He'll ease you into it. He'll ease
All
you
jokes
into it.
aside, is he playing a different character? Is he really? He just has sideburns and facial hair.
Also,
this
tell
one.
me why Samuel L. Jackson did Snakes on a Plane, and also another movie called White Snake Moan. What's up with him? and some
Interesting.
snake?
He likes
He's
snakes.
obsessed
He
with
might reptile
snakes, man.
fetish.
Is it white snake moan or is
reptilian.
it black snake moan?
That might have been the non-melanated skin.
What
There's a
version
bias.
of the movie are you
There's a bias
watching?
going on here.
I think I had the
Internal.
It was a Tubi movie.
There's White Snake.
yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It's kind
Jackson L. Samuel.
Yeah, Jackson.
Is it the hills have eyes or the hills have thighs?
Yeah.
I don't know if that was on Tubi. That
Yeah,
on
that
another
was on
website.
a different website.
Are you into like? I mean, obviously it can't be. Yes.
Do you guys like porn? You guys watch porn?
You seem like a horny guy.
Yeah.
Horny for success.
I mean, look
horny
at
for
his
success.
sleeves. They're rolled up. I mean,
Stuntman02 did say, he said, Christian, he's a very hospitable man, and he's also horny for success.
Did he say that
Yeah.
about
Yeah, he
me?
did.
He said
He
that,
did.
yeah.
Wow.
that's a direct quote.
Wow, that's flattering. Horny for success is an interesting way to put it. Yeah, I think I'm horny for success. Seems like
wouldn't
you
you be?
guys are similar in that
yeah,
sense. Horny
yeah.
for
Say,
success.
Yes.
Proudly.
You guys have. Speaking of which, you guys have a discography. You guys have worked with some motherfucking legends out there.
Oh wow. Yeah.
That's I love to hear that.
Yeah,
I love to hear that.
Yeah. I think they're legends. I think they're legends. Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
any
Yeah.
artist we've worked with and we've been able to put out music with, honestly, that they're legends. Like
Yeah. Legendary.
It's one of those things where the goal is to put out good music with people that we like, and we genuinely get to work with people that we enjoy as people and as artists as well. So it's definitely an honor for sure.
Oh yeah,
For
I mean,
real.
then you guys have such a particular sound. It's so cool. Like when I hear something, without even looking at who it's produced by, I could tell that it's by y'all. You know?
Yeah?
Yeah. Like when Talk came out, or like when Stuntman had sent me that before it dropped, before he came onto the podcast. I was just like, oh, this sounds pretty familiar. You know? And it's like. You know, because Eat a Salad was popping off, and you guys had done that with West Coast as well.
Yes.
Yeah,
Shout out
shout
DJ
out
West Coast.
But like, there's sounds. You know, like,
We might just turn to each other and go like this every once
are
in
you
a while.
guys related? Are you guys brothers?
Dude, some lady asked us that.
No,
when we were
shut up.
when we were in fucking New York. Yeah, we were like,
I'm gonna
remember?
take my glasses off for this part.
yeah. We went to go get a pair of sunglasses in New York, and like in January, around this time actually. Yeah, it was around the same time, and she was like,
Like Jamaican lady off the street.
Jamaican
Yeah.
lady, this is in Crown Heights, and we just do you have any sunglasses? Because it's not really sunglass season, like winter time as much. I don't think so, like as it was before. But she had a big bag. She went to go reach in a big bag and try to look for the sunglasses that he had lost. And that's there's actually a lot of lore around those sunglasses.
Oh, those sunglasses have actually traveled many faces.
Yeah.
Wow.
The highest, and I don't have them anymore. Shout out Frack. He now has those sunglasses, but he wore those sunglasses during the Wyclef Jean freestyle on Sway in the Morning.
Wow.
I think there's probably some other spots he wore them.
Oh, those sunglasses are clean.
They're clean,
Yeah.
But I think after she gave me the sunglasses, she was like, oh, like are you brothers?
Are you guys brothers?
I think she also said that like some actor had just like been on the block wearing some sunglasses. She's like Will Smith or something. She's like, you look like Will Smith or something.
To
like
you, looks like Will Smith. Yeah.
So is this girl, did she have an eye patch on? What was going
She
on?
was wearing 2 monocles.
She doesn't see color.
No, yeah.
She sees handsome.
She sees handsome.
Did she have 3 sunglasses on and that's why she just couldn't tell?
Yeah, extra shades. Yeah, no, yeah. Shout out New York.
Shout out
Love
New York,
you.
man.
It's crazy how pieces, like articles of clothing have lore. You know, you guys ever like
Yeah.
look at a shirt or a jacket that you have in your closet and be like, I remember when I wore that.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you ever trip off of like when you like find a piece of clothing and you're thrifting and you're like, damn, bro, what has this shit gone through?
Yeah, especially if it has stains, then I'm like, what has this shit
The
gone
tone
through?
crusty.
What has this been through? Interesting.
Slightly crusty white stains.
I'm never gonna wash this.
Janet Jackson's spit.
yeah. Damn. I would keep that.
I would keep
it.
that. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Do you guys remember Goodwoods at all?
Goodwood's the Woods?
They're like wooden necklaces. So you remember when people were wearing like wooden Jesus pieces?
Yes. Oh,
Yes.
man. What an era.
Like back,
Yeah.
I don't know how old you guys
Yeah.
are. You guys look
Yeah.
like you're 18.
Yes, I'm 18. Today.
I can say it.
Wow, happy birthday, dude.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
when I was in high school, I had this Goodwood necklace. It was a bear necklace. And like that, the ladies loved my Goodwood. And not in
great sentence.
20 for success. 20 for success.
20 for success.
Yeah, I don't worry. I didn't even get my first kiss until I was 18. But,
Wow.
Thanks
That's
for
raw. That's raw,
thanks
bro.
Congrats.
No, it's like raw. Like wow, isn't that's raw, bro?
That is raw, actually.
Thank you.
Like fucking, because that's a monumental age, bro. Age 18 should be the first for a lot of things.
Honestly, I don't think anyone should get their first kiss until they're 18.
I think we should all just save ourselves for
Yeah.
Jesus.
Well, 1000%, bro. Let's talk. Let's bring that back.
Come on, yeah.
Yeah,
Modesty.
what happened to what do they say at dances? Leave room for Jesus, and so like you can't have your
the
bodies
space
touching.
in between.
They say
That's
that
hilarious.
at dances.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. Like leave room for Jesus, and I'm like, well,
Damn, that is not how
Jesus
my
is pretty
dances
skinny
went.
from what I remember.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so we
I
got
thought
to
you were
go.
gonna say leave room for Jesus. That's what they say, like after, like in when you're about to eat a meal, like leave room for Jesus.
leave room
Oh,
for
yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, you need his,
needs that
his
extra
body.
space.
And,
Whoa.
Yeah. Communion. You know, eating.
Yeah,
the,
you're eating his.
Oh, the
body.
negative 5 calorie chip that you get
that
at the
his
end of
body
church.
is in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right?
supposedly. Just
And
like,
his blood we're drinking.
yeah, I mean, did you guys grow up Catholic too?
I did.
You did, so
Yeah.
you're familiar, and I'm
No,
sure.
I'm from Berkeley, so
Okay, so
don't-
you're far away from that. Well, congratulations, Catholicism. I don't know how guilty you feel on a daily basis.
Oh God. No, it's fucking man. I grapple with it a lot, But it's like it's cool, man. I'm chilling. Like yeah, I try not to dwell too much on it. But yeah, it can be a lot. Catholic guilt,
Shit, dude. Anything
Shout
that
out,
I do.
yes.
Yeah, shout out the Irish. I'm sure they feel it.
Oh,
And,
they have to. That's why they
Yeah.
just spend times in like bars, just in pubs, just
Definitely.
pounding beers
Yeah.
and whatnot.
Yeah.
To get rid of it.
My grandma was Catholic, so I did actually experience like going to church with her and stuff like that. And then my pops grew up Catholic and went through the whole Catholicism, getting slapped by nuns and headmasters, and so
Damn, dude.
so when he was like raising us, he was like,
Yeah.
I'm not,
Dude, it
yeah,
sucked growing up
yeah.
Catholic and then watching Sister Act 2 and being like, how come
They're
how
having so
come
much
our
fun.
music's not
Different,
like that?
yeah.
What do you mean? This
Shout
guy
out
could.
Whoopi.
Yeah, shout out Lauryn Hill. Fuck, dude,
Fuck,
she was
bruh.
so good
There
in
we
that
go.
movie.
Damn, I haven't seen Sister Act 2, guys. I guess I'm not a movie buff.
You
I'm
have to
sorry.
watch Sister Act 2, directed by my favorite director, Martin Scorsese.
Wow, that's raw.
Sister Act 2 is directed by Martin Scorsese.
I fucking wish.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they all die at the end. And it's
It
3
turns out
hours
they're
long.
all informants, and they all shoot each
yeah.
other.
At the end, when the elevator opens up,
Yeah.
Whoopi is standing there.
They're all part of the Baptist mafia. That's what's going on. But yeah, to go back to my Goodwood, I remember I brought that up because there's lore behind my
Go back to
Goodwood
that,
necklace.
Yeah.
Because
back.
the girls liked it so much, they'd be like, "Oh my god, can I wear that for like the rest of the school day?" And then so by the time it came back, it just smelled like girls. I remember. So there's lore behind
Best smell
that.
in the world.
Yeah.
What is it? Do you remember those days in school when a girl would like walk past, like walk through the aisle and walk past you and be like, you'd get a big whiff of their
it's a
perfume, be
whiff.
like,
Yeah.
and like we'd get hit by it.
Like,
It
where
smacks
does
in
that
the
come?
face.
How is that possible? Like,
Yeah,
I think it
yeah.
took me a minute to figure out like it was perfume and not just like a natural
Pheromone.
like, oh wait, there's a product somebody's
Yeah,
buying.
this is
put it
artificial.
on, like,
It's artificial, but low key, it's like it is also the pheromone with that. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like a mix. It's a mix.
I do truly believe, firm believer in pheromones.
Yeah, I believe in
Horny for
pheromones,
success.
even though I can't see it or see it or taste it. I believe it.
You could probably taste it if you try hard enough.
That's
But,
true.
yeah, no, it's interesting. I mean, what were you guys like in high school? Were you guys just as cool?
definitely not.
Yeah, I don't know, bro.
I mean, actually, I feel like you probably. I didn't know him in high school.
yeah.
Did you guys go to the same high school? By any
no,
chance?
yeah.
Okay.
I went to Oceana High
We-
School.
we met in
Pacifica,
college.
California.
Oh, okay.
Like right after high school, actually, for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so you guys have been knowing each other for a hot minute.
Yeah,
So like,
2017.
27 years.
okay.
27.
How
years.
old are you guys? Like, truly, when did you guys graduate high school?
Truly, I'm 22, but actually, I'm 28.
Yeah.
Okay, you
I
can.
graduated high school in 2015, so I'm 27.
Man, you guys are young. I'm 2011.
2011.
I'm like, hey,
really-
2011 was a great year.
Was it?
for seniors.
Yeah.
Break that down, please. What's
Well,
the reason?
Okay, so I went to Berkeley High, and Berkeley High, just and known in the Bay Area, just has a lore in general. Like
Okay.
it was, actually, I don't know what's going on now, and I shouldn't know. but throughout like I also went to elementary school across the street from Berkeley High, and that was like in the middle of the hyphy movement. Like I would just see kids going to school, going crazy. I would have people in my after school programs who were high school students, and I was like, these are the coolest people in the world. Like just slapping music. It was just one of those schools that was I mean, the Pac went there, like Kalani went there, like G-Eazy went there. A lot of people went there during that time of music. But 2011 specifically, I was in middle school. I was in 8th grade, about to go into high school, and I remember seeing Berkeley High being like, that's where I'm about to go. Like, what? They're going crazy. Because every year there would be like a spirit day. Yeah. And they would film like a video, and those videos were like legendary. They put them on YouTube, and it would be like, I don't know, just like some Mac Dre or like Too Short or whatever song was like popping at that time. And it would be a compilation of like the kids going, like having riots, like going absolutely crazy. And that was kind of like what you were eased into, like, oh, this is going to be. And I remember 2011 was a particularly lit class.
I mean, Berkeley High just sounds way more legendary than, because I graduated from like Benicia High. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Benicia.
Legendary.
Benicia.
I was like,
Benicia High?
Shout out Benicia.
is it legendary? What? Tell me about
those
it.
videos too. No,
Oh, just all of I was the only like brown person in my grade. I wasn't.
damn.
that's not legendary.
But
Why do you
Actually, that's legendary for you.
Why does he lie about that? For engagement?
it's for the numbers, dude. No, but when I did move there, because I grew up in Pittsburgh, which is way more brown people. And we moved out of there because it was like getting real cutty out there. So my dad moved us to Benicia, and when I first came to Benicia from Pittsburgh, like I would get a lot of people like turning their heads, and there was this like, it was to this point where there's this rumor going on around me where I was from the Philippines, but I was born in San Francisco.
way.
And so like some of the white people there would be like,
my God.
hey, it's nice to meet you.
Oh my God.
How do you like it here?
Yeah.
And I'd be like, well, how do I like it in Benicia? I love it in Benicia. It's like really nice.
I
like
love it in Benicia. It's the best.
It's the best. They're eating our cats. They're eating our dogs.
Yeah.
It's like you have to
I love cats.
appropriate the most like
I'm the biggest
weirdly
lover.
American like psycho accent. Believe you.
What's Brez? Patrick Bateman? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh wait,
American-
Patrick.
From American Psycho.
Psycho.
Christian Bale.
Yeah.
How does he talking about the business cards? It's can you guys do a Christian Bale impersonation?
Jeffrey had amazing business cards. I don't know.
Marty's like Phil
Sounds
Collins.
like Batman.
Philip.
Yeah.
Phil Collins, 1982. This is something like that.
Yeah, that was it. That's good.
Right?
That's
He's
kind of
like,
like
yeah.
movie.
1982. He kind of like rolls his like slurs it a little bit.
Yeah.
And then they ruined the franchise with having Mila Kunis in the second one. You guys
Bruh,
remember
see
that?
it. That's why I need to watch more of those, like fucking, just more of those, bruh. Yeah, let's take it back to the roots of It Can't Be That Bad, the other movies, you know?
Like
you know
bad
what I'm
movies?
saying? But was it a bad movie, though?
American Psycho 2?
Yeah. Because I'm
Pretty sure it did poorly on like Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest,
Yeah.
I didn't really watch it. I've seen clips of it and it looks horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still want to hear about Benicia High. But,
Yeah.
Oh.
But
Let's
also,
go back
I
to
was
that.
going to say, are you into like bad movies that are also really good, like The Room and stuff like that?
Yeah, I
Okay.
definitely early on when
Yeah.
this movie was about when this podcast was about bad movies, we definitely talked about The Room.
I love that movie. It's one of my
dude.
favorite movies of all time.
It's what is his
great.
accent and
Yeah. But he's American. He's from Louisiana.
Oh, hi.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark. Oh, hi,
You tear me
doggy.
apart,
I did
Lisa.
not hit her.
Hi,
I did
doggy.
not.
The lore behind The Room.
Yeah.
I mean, if any of the listeners out here have not seen The Room yet,
Yes, please.
because they often do like showings here in the Bay.
Oh,
Where like you
yeah.
bring spoons and
the
you throw
spoons.
spoons, right?
I met him, Tommy
You did?
Wiseau. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
man, gotta
Yeah,
get him
legendary.
on the podcast.
Got it. He went to Laney College when he was writing The Room, which is the community college out by Lake Merritt in Oakland.
Wow.
And he was talking about that. Like he's a real Bay Area
man.
legend.
Epic.
Yeah. If
Does
we're
he
talking
live out in the Bay
All-American
still?
boy. No, I have no idea.
He just lives on an island or
yeah,
something.
he's
Yeah.
the island of Tommy.
LA. Nah, but if we're talking iconic Bay Area movies, that's one of them right there. bro.
Easily,
be.
dude.
Yeah. Miss Doubtfire. also.
Oh yeah, Claremont Hotel, Berkeley.
shit.
That's the scenes were shot there.
Well, Robin Williams, he used to own a big ass home in Tiburon.
Oh,
so,
yeah, man. Shout out Robin.
So he's a Bay Area as well too.
Man.
Definitely.
Love
Shit.
that guy.
But to bring it back to Benicia High, which is what
please.
the
Bay
question-
Area, Benicia.
Yeah,
Bay Area, baby. Have you heard of it?
No, I used to. Actually, funny thing is that when I first was moving from Pittsburgh to Benicia, I thought it was called Benicia, and so I'd tell people in Pittsburgh that I'm moving to Benicia, and they're like, "Oh my god, how far away is
The pity in their
Benicia?"
voice.
Do you have to take a boat there?
Yeah, like the third world country
He's
of
going back to the
Benicia.
Philippines, Benicia.
He's in Bonesian.
Yeah. Indonesian.
No, dude, but yeah, people when I would say like, "Hey, how do you like it here?" I'd be like, "I like it here in Benicia." And they're like, "No, how do you like it here in America?" And so like, yeah, they just thought crazy, dude. I mean, 7th graders are ruthless.
Yeah. Well, what is the fucking demographic breakdown of Benicia like?
So like probably 50 to 70% Caucasian, and then the rest is just like miscellaneous brown people.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Did you ever have any like Cameron Diaz is where they're like, oh, like I love Filipinos, like have you seen
All the
that
time,
clip?
dude.
Yeah,
All
and,
the
like,
time.
They find out, and they're like
Lumpia.
they just go into like eating lumpia.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
Dude, I got this like I don't know. I've talked about it before, but like non-Filipino people that want to connect with Filipino people just come up to you and list every Filipino food
Yes.
item that they're familiar
Yeah.
with. So they're just like,
Dude.
lumpia,
Yeah.
dude. What's up with the duck egg? And I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm not
Yeah,
the one
yeah, yeah.
snatching it from underneath the
Yeah.
duck.
Fuck, man. Yeah, no, that's a big thing. I low-key like don't like I try to avoid sounding like Cameron Diaz when I say that. Like I grew up in Daly City because I sound like such a Cameron Diaz. Like, oh yeah, my best friend was Filipino and I was eating longanisa
so
with rice in the morning.
Because she says that in an interview, right?
Yeah.
Straight up, like
Yeah.
so serious.
Wow.
And she's like, yeah, very serious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm with
Yeah.
it, dude. Like,
Yeah.
I had the fattest crush on Cameron Diaz.
Hell
Cameron
yeah.
Diaz from The Mask could ruin
Oh,
my
Cameron
life
Diaz from The
tomorrow.
Mask, bro.
Talking
That's a
about
good.
movies.
That's a good
Yeah,
one.
that red
That's
dress.
a good one. Yeah, yeah.
Could
Yeah.
make me spin around in a circle and go, oh,
I know. Ooga.
Heart coming
heartbeat
out
through the suit.
Oh, dude, yeah. I think my prepubescent Christian watched The Mask with Cameron Diaz and was just like, something's happening.
Something's happening.
I'm getting lightheaded.
Yeah.
And then
Oh.
post-pubescent watch Son of Mask.
Oh,
It can't be that bad.
Oh, can't be that bad, bro. Son of Mask,
Son of Mask.
is so
Hey, shout out
amazing.
Son of
crazy
Mask.
reference.
Son of Mask is amazing.
With fucking Jamie Kennedy?
yeah,
Jamie
Jamie
Kennedy,
Kennedy,
Dog
bro.
Mask.
and dog
Dog
Nuts,
and
man.
baby.
and baby.
Dude, that ruined his
Yeah.
career.
CGI baby
That was
and
it.
dog.
That
Dunzo.
killed it for a
Yeah.
little bit.
And then Loki too.
Oh, because they brought in some fucking
Yeah.
lore
Yeah.
into there.
Yeah.
Some like
why isn't Mask in Marvel yet? Come on,
Yeah,
Marvel.
bro. Yeah,
Let's
why is Loki and Son of Mask? Yeah,
that's not the Loki that I know.
Yeah,
No.
Disney Plus, Marvel Mask.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's bring it back. I'm down for that.
That's the true
Yes.
Avengers.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys, who's your guys' like if you guys were to bring a new superhero into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, like what would it be?
Someone who exists already, or someone we just made up?
No,
right
like
now?
who would Tajín be? Like if you were to just be like, oh shit, I got bit by a insert here.
Oh fuck, bro. I'll probably be fucking Pelican Man, something like that. That'd be kind of
Bit
raw.
by a pelican.
Yeah.
Holding a
Yeah.
piece of bread at Pier 39.
Yes,
Pelican
right.
swoops
Yeah.
down, bites
Yeah.
you on
And
the
then my
fucking
name would
forearm.
be Alcatraz.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
a villain.
Yeah, bro.
Oh,
I'd be a villain.
shit.
No, I'm more of an anti-hero though.
Oh,
Like, 'cause
okay.
I have like a deep backstory. I would have a deep backstory as to like why I do the things I do. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Yeah.
Okay, what's the backstory? Let's hear
Yeah,
it.
where's
Oh,
Pelican
fuck, bro.
Man?
I mean,
Where was he
okay,
born?
okay.
Give me the Pelican brief.
Okay, got you. So I was unjustly incarcerated, and my family was taken away from me, and
Crazy.
you know, a lot of shit happened on that island, man. But you know, one night I was trying to escape, and I look above me, and it's a flock of pelicans, and they attack me. I go into the water. All
They
of
attack you.
a sudden, I try to make my way to the shores, and once I come out, bruh, I've become him.
Shit, epic, dude. I'd watch that movie.
Yes.
I'd watch that movie or limited series on Disney Plus.
Pelican Man. Kevin Feige.
Kevin Feige, where you at?
Where you at?
How about you, Cam? What would you be?
Oh my God. I don't know if I can top Pelican Man. I feel like if I was a superhero,
Yeah, you set
like,
the bar with that. That's crazy.
It's all off the dome.
Pelican Man. I feel like if I had a superpower, honestly, when I was a kid, I was obsessed with Spider-Man, but for the reasons I was like, it would be lit just to be super agile.
Daddy long legs.
I don't know why, but like just like having agility like on a crazy level where you're just like, you know, those people, and this is like a very realistic thing because there's like those brothers who just like do a flip right now and they just do a flip.
Some people do it.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Without even having to wind up. Some people just really do it.
I'd be agility man.
Okay.
I'd be balance on point.
Well,
yeah.
What's the origin story? How would you become like agile like that?
Oh, I failed gymnastics class.
Oh shit!
But the gymnastics class actually took place near a radioactive facility.
Actually, Chevron.
Right over here.
Right there.
And one day, you know, I get kicked out of class. I wasn't doing my things right. Whatever they do. Right. I wasn't stretching right. Yes.
Your tumbles,
my tumbles, my rolls were slightly off, and just, you know, I all lost all hope walking home and stumble upon. I trip and fall into this radioactive pool of agility. And suddenly I'm back, and I'm flipping. You know, I'm doing handstands
passes the class with
on the
flying
edges
colors.
of rooftops. You know, I'm doing that bar, and I'm spinning around, but faster than any human has ever spun before.
Are you an anti-hero, or is Tajín your arch nemesis in this?
Pelican Man, I could fuck with Pelican Man.
I think I'd be Balot Boy.
Shit, you've thought about this.
That's anti-hero to Pelican Man for sure.
I think since you said Balot, like that's just kind of in the back of my mind now.
Yes.
And I ate a radioactive Balot, and the rest was history.
Damn, what are your powers?
You know how Spider-Man just slings web out of his wrist?
Yes.
I'm just slinging Balot out of my wrist.
Yes.
Oh shit!
Extremely painful every single time it comes out. So it's not really good.
So it's just slime.
Yeah, I'm like a C-class hero.
Yeah.
Like I'm the guy that probably dies in the rubble, trying to help the Avengers type of thing.
Damn, but you served your purpose. Though.
I did serve my purpose.
Yeah.
Damn, thanks for entertaining me with just like
I got more too.
You got more. You're just waiting.
I was also thinking, I'm like, why hasn't there been like a mushroom superhero or like a fungi man, like a mushroom, like
or fun guy,
fun guy, you know? Because also it's 2 for 1. You know, you're entertaining, you're nice to be around, and also you're slightly poisonous, maybe hallucinogenic, maybe you're just giving people experiences. Maybe
That's
you're
true, bro.
helping people learn about themselves.
Oh
That's
my
true,
gosh.
bro. Would it be like through a touch, or would it be,
It'd be
consensual?
A sport.
A sport is
consensual
crazy.
sport.
Yeah.
All right.
A consensual sport.
May I spore you? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then just do that.
Yes, and then suddenly you're crying, being like, I need to call my grandma.
Oh shit! Yeah, I got a whole lot of trauma that I need to unpack.
I
it.
regressed.
You guys should really think about this as a career, just screenwriting.
Yeah. I
Or
would
just
love
pitching.
Yeah, Two Easy Studios.
Yeah. I have a pitch, nothing written down, just free balling.
It's off the dome.
Yeah.
It's just like a line of like some coke on your
Fellas.
nose.
Yeah.
Yes.
Guys, I had a crazy idea.
I've been up all night.
Feige, answer the phone, Kevin.
Feige.
I just want to shout out, like, prior to this, I was showing my fiance, like, man, these are the 2 people I'm going to have on. And then it was like, it was just a random video that I kind of just randomly chose on your guys' Instagram. And it was like, you guys making noise with weed. And like, and that defined like, oh, this is like how they have a particular sound, because you guys could just make beats by sampling anything.
First of all, shout out your fiance.
Yeah, so you're.
And she's a tough critic. So like the fact that she's fucking with it is just like, that's a big deal.
Yeah,
That's dope, bro.
I think I'm not sure like where it necessarily came from. I mean, that specific video, we kind of had like a concept around it, but
shout out
shout out Afterthought. You know who you are.
Yeah, shout out Aft.
Aft actually, I saw on your podcast, he was rocking the shades.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
he
he's
did
bringing
for
it
like
back.
half of it, and he definitely had this like big dick energy about
Yeah,
him. He was
Huge
just like,
cock
He
energy.
likes to spread out a little bit and talk like this. It's actually fucking crazy.
he should have done the podcast shirtless as he usually does.
Yes.
Fuck.
He needs to,
Him and Stunna, the shirtless kings
yes. Yeah.
of our lives.
Biggest big boy.
The biggest big boy
Yeah.
men.
They're like of the same Pokemon evolution. You know what I'm
sure.
saying? You know, like how Eevee could become like Vaporeon or
yeah.
like Jolteon. That's how.
Yes,
That's how it is.
I see that. But they're also they are
evolve
also the
into each
trainers
other.
as well.
Yeah.
They're the Pokemon trainers. Because like if you think about it, after he's got a lot at his disposal. We throw you a little Snack Sensei, a little Grando, a little Frag, a little Ozer.
Yeah, he's
you
true.
know?
He's like the Infinity Stones, bro.
Yeah.
He's got the Aft.
Dude, I
FNG?
called him
Yeah.
Nick Fury because he's the guy
Yeah,
that
yeah.
assembles the Avengers.
There you go. Yeah, you know, Stunna,
he is.
same thing. He's
Yeah.
So funny.
He's got a team.
Nate, CJ, who else do you want?
just West Coast.
West Coast.
Too easy.
Yeah. I met you.
We'll fight Pokemon Stadium.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, a video game of just FNG characters would be
Yeah.
great.
That's
Oh, shoot. Choose your fighter. Yeah. Anyway, I don't mean to be to go off too far.
Well, in terms of like music, I feel like our approach, we've always just had a pretty light, just like creative, just. It might just be because there's two of us. Like our brains, we fuse together and we have extra ideas. But yeah, just trying to like get out of boxes. In production, it's really easy to like box yourself in.
Yeah.
Especially nowadays with like, you know, just certain programs, and there's certain programs that even produce certain types of beats too, certain types of production. But yeah, it's easy to box yourself in. So if you can ever have a moment of like pure like, what if we just threw this against the wall? That's also like the most fun part about making music in production. So I feel like we always try to incorporate that a little bit, you know, recording some live sounds, some mouth
some
noises.
click,
So cool.
Clicks and
bloop,
bleeps and
Billiards.
bloops.
You guys
Yeah.
take billiards and just smash them
some
together.
kicks. Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Some little clickety clacks.
Yeah.
You guys took a bop it. You guys took a little
Bop
bop it.
Bop it. You gotta boom. You gotta bop it.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes.
Yeah.
How does
Shout out
that
Neff.
work? Like, what are like other items that you guys have in the back of your mind that you haven't used yet? That you're just like, this would probably be dope.
I think for that like that video with back to the weave video, it's interesting when you start to look at an item, like you start to look at a cup.
Yeah.
You realize there's more than just like the classic sounds you can do. You can hit the clinks right here, right?
Wow.
But then there's also like tones in those clinks. But then
You can do the
the
Cupping. Yeah, you guys did that with
make
the
a kick, like
get
a
a
kick out
bass
of that.
sound,
You can
kick.
yeah. You can if it was you can blow on it, get a little like melodic note too.
Needs to be smaller.
If you made a noise out of that, that'd be crazy.
Yeah, give me a noise.
See?
Yeah,
There's something there.
It's really all you need.
Yeah.
But yeah, as far as like instruments or things we haven't used yet, I don't know. I mean, we're both into like percussion.
Yeah.
And just different types of like percussion drums. I mean, he's a real percussionist. I grew up
Drum
playing
set,
all
or did you
different.
play
Yeah.
drum
I played
line?
Drum set. I didn't do drum line. I did like I played like snare in like middle school and shit, you know,
Okay.
classic like
Shit's hard.
band shit, you know, and like I played everything like in band, and percussion is my background.
Oh, because you did like concert band and you're in the back, you're playing the fucking.
but I did that, but then my real background is like Afro Brazilian percussion and like salsa, you know, bongo, conga, and bells and
That's so dope.
all that type of shit. So,
Wow, you guys! Oh, shout out to like, what's that reggaeton thing you guys came out with a few months ago?
Completa.
Yeah, Completa,
Yeah,
where the
yeah,
cover
shout out
art
Los
is
Racas.
just the.
Yeah.
Just a voluptuous woman. You know, that cover art, that
thickest woman.
It cracks me up every time, bro, because
Makes me
I was
go
like,
crazy.
whoa, yeah, because we see that, I'm like, it's pretty jarring when you look at it. It's like
a lot.
Whoa, bro.
Yeah, like I'm worried about her
Yeah.
health.
Yeah,
Like,
no, I'm actually concerned. Like,
Yeah.
is that sustainable for?
Yeah.
Is there enough
like,
denim in the
like-
world? Is there?
I don't think she might have to get everything tailored.
Shout out the Panamanians, man.
Yeah, shout out.
What did you guys? How did you guys get that woman as the
It
cover
was
art.
an idea.
That was an idea. Los Aracas, you know what you did.
Shout out Dune. Shout out
Horny for success.
Is that
Let's
a
just say
real?
that.
It's a real person.
I think that's
Or is
a
it an
real
AI? Did you
person.
put?
No, that is a real person. Her name is Gracie Bon,
Okay.
Oh.
and but we looked this up, right?
Yes. I didn't retain the name though.
Well, she's that woman. She's her.
Get her
it's
on the
one of those
podcast.
things where it's it's like more of like a what is going on?
It's like
there?
that, but that's
Yeah.
kind of how the song is too, though. If you think about it,
Yeah,
that is
what
true.
is that? Like
It is like
completa.
anyone scrolling on social
Yeah.
media.
Yeah.
If you see that,
Yeah.
you gotta wonder what it is.
Hey, Los
Yeah.
Aracas they're honestly geniuses when it comes to social media marketing.
Yeah.
They have a good like plan of they pair their videos nicely with things that they're seeing. They're really some internet guys. Like they be on the memes, on anything that's coming up. Like
some many shit too. Like people getting run over by cars. Like they
Holy
fucking
shit.
find some crazy shit, and I'm like, damn, bro. They'll be like, there was one that made me crack the fuck up. Like yesterday, they were like, it's the caption said "Good morning," and it was a guy like doing a wheelie, and then he gets run over by a car, bro. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Is that real?
Bro?
No.
And does it just go into like whatever they're actually trying to promote?
No, it was just like good morning on their story.
la
Oh my
And then it's
God.
like la piscina, la piscina, la piscina.
No, but no, those are really the guys, and there's some on some. We were talking downstairs about like real Bay Area guerrilla. We were talking the Russell Omics, but there's Los Aracas Omics. Like they've been at it for a minute, and they're like in the street with it. They're like putting up their flyers, their wheat
bro.
pasting.
Wheat pasting.
They're like out here really hustling for the people, and like they just for the soil. Definitely. Yeah. Shout out them.
When you guys collab with people or you guys make beats with people and work with individuals, like what percentage of it is people reaching out to you or you reaching out to people, or just kind of like, well, how does that work?
I feel like we're like intentional about the people that we reach out to just as much as people are reaching out to us as well. So I feel like if we were to break it up into percentages, like most of the time, like, because I feel like we have like sessions where people are like, hey, we want to book with you guys. And that's like a good amount of, but it kind of fluctates sometimes. You know? But I would say
it
like,
fluctuates. It's I'm not sure if there's
if
it's
there's a
more
percentage.
one or the other. I think maybe with some of the stuff that you see that we put out, maybe with our artist name on there, it's like kind of like a mutual, like, oh, we like this person, they like us, we've been meaning to do something for a minute. We might set up a session with them. Sometimes it's the other way around. Sometimes they might set up a session with us. But I was thinking about this too, about how being a producer, you really have to, we talk about this a lot, like, you kind of gotta like riz the artist. Like it's a whole it's a whole thing. It's like, you know, you might have to don't come on too strong. Like,
There's an etiquette.
No double.
Whoa, double.
It's just like not exactly like that, but there is a little bit of an element of like, especially if it's someone you've never met before. I think whenever we get into a session with somebody or like get to meet them, shake their hand, whatever, hang out with them, it's a whole different thing. We can figure out whether we vibe or not. But the process before that is always funny, especially with social media now. I don't know if you have a similar experience, just like reaching out to guests and you're just like, this person, they saw it, but they didn't respond right away. So does it mean they don't?
Is it me? Is it? Yeah, I guess like it's kind of reminiscent of when I was single and I was just trying to like
straight up
set up a date on a girl that I had a crush on, and then I'm like thinking about like how long's it been? I mean that's how it was like earlier. Now it's kind of like I think it's become more organic.
Yes.
Like there have been some people here where like I'll shoot them a DM. I follow them, they don't follow me back, so it goes into like the requests folder. And then I'm like, cool, I'm not gonna try again. I can't try again because
you're
the barrier's already there. There's no point.
And then I believe in not necessarily divine timing, but I'm like, if it's gonna happen, like I feel it in my bones, like it's gonna happen
for sure.
We
and
say
then,
that a lot too, just like it's gonna happen. And
then eventually it does happen.
Yes,
you know, for example, like I hit up Seiji months ago, and it just didn't work out, right? I was planning things out with like Sydney, and like it just didn't work out. And then like all of a sudden, like I hit up Odakai, his brother, And then he was like, all right, I'm gonna pull up with Seiji. And like
2 for 1.
that was kind of like, oh, I knew it was gonna happen.
Yeah.
I just don't ever force it.
And it's like you never know exactly the avenue or how it's gonna happen too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's funny. I think those early days are definitely, and it's funny being 2 bros. Like we're like texting each other like, hey, like, what do you think? Is this too much? How should we phrase this? You know,
we collab on the.
You guys are one voice now,
we
right?
are one
we
voice.
collab.
Yeah.
Okay, let me write this word. And then you write the next.
Because I don't know who I'm talking to, right?
Yeah. That's why I was like, this is Tajín.
Okay.
Yeah.
So were the previous times where like Cam?
It was probably both of us. It was like maybe I would respond, maybe he would respond. Like we're
interesting.
Yeah.
Because like even though like I do my business messages through the podcast page, people know it's me. I'm the only one doing this thing.
Yeah.
But it is interesting like that. Like,
Them.
Yeah.
They them.
They them.
All right. I'll see y'all later.
See y'all later. Yeah, it's
are.
funny how like sometimes I'll forget like if I'm like responding to someone in the Tuesday thing, like you have to like say we or use the plural.
Yeah, you have to use the plural. Yeah.
Rather than I.
Yeah.
But I'm sure you guys have gone to like now you guys, or you were saying that you're now picky choosy about like who you want to collaborate with because
It's a little more intentional, I think.
yeah, you have to be because like this is something you guys love to do. You don't want to just let anyone into your space that you don't fuck with, right? You want to make music that you enjoy, that you are proud of, and you don't want to just like let some random artist that's just like, yo bro, fuck with your shit, how can I get a session in type thing, right?
Yeah.
Same with me. I'll get a dude that follows me, and then 6 seconds later he'll be like, I fuck with the podcast, man. I'm trying to do a interview.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know you.
Yeah, it doesn't work like
It kind of like it definitely. It's funny. Like you have to like prove yourself to at a certain level before you can even like ask those questions. And it's hard for us too to like, especially with folks we don't know yet, or like artists, and like oh, we want to reach out, send them, like it's like you hit those stages where you're like, oh, they don't know we're good yet.
Yeah.
And then it's like you have to remember that. Remember that these people don't know that we are good yet.
Yeah.
There's no reason for them necessarily to respond to us a certain way or hit us back or hop on a song because they probably haven't even listened to anything. So, and it's like you got to remember that when you're out there in the social media void, you are just one other like maybe fake account or like profile or it's, there's so many different types of people and non-people on social media. So it's like that's important to like take a step back sometimes and be like, oh, like you said, if it will happen, it will happen.
There's a whole etiquette attached to it, which I simultaneously hate, but also protects us from having just randos on.
Yeah, I mean, and then that just kind of goes up to just why gatekeeping exists, right? There's like kind of like there's like gatekeeping in like then in a way that it can be detrimental to the overall artist, but then gatekeeping, it serves a purpose. You know what I mean? And it's like you can't always give a soft.
We need a soft.
We have a soft gate. But it's kind of like gate. It's like it's not really like a gatekeeping for us, I would say. But I'm just kind of relating it to like the larger concept of gatekeeping, right? Because there's like a quality control that has to happen. You know what I mean? That not everyone has access to, and then you also have to prove yourself to be able to gain access to those resources. You know what I mean? And it kind of protects like those folks who do have access to those resources to like, I don't know, to being like exploited maybe in a way, or kind of watering down the craft. But that could be kind of like I don't know if watering down the craft is like the best way to explain it.
But I mean, it could dilute.
It could,
things, right?
Yeah, quality, because quality is quality, man. You look at someone's shit and you're like, wow, their videos are raw. Like they put hella intention behind their shit, and then and it's like there's a lot of time, bro.
Your podcast, your videos, like everything,
thank you, man.
Even the covers of the podcast. I hope we get a good screenshot, by the way.
Oh, dude.
But it's like you see that, and it's there's a consistency to it. And you can tell, like, when there's an artist you fuck with, and then you go and you see on their Spotify, they're like, they obviously did some features for some people. And it's like, I like that music is also, there's an economy attached to it. And especially as a rapper, you can hop on a song, or as a singer you can hop on a song and make some money off of that.
Yeah.
But then it's like a double-edged sword, because if it's not up to the quality of music that you've done before, maybe the sound is off, maybe it's just the song is whack, and then it like kind of like dilutes the whole curation of your brand a little bit, you know.
No, that makes sense. Like you know this person is dope by themselves, but like it does kind of skew perception if they're featured on something, meaning that they're just going to say yes to something for the bag, or you know, for the I don't know, just for the it kind of does, and not to gatekeep and not to be exclusive, but I think we have as creatives, we have every right to say no.
Standards,
bro. Dude. It is standards. But no, thank you. Like to go back, thank you for like recognizing that I really try to preserve the quality of this. Even though I do put out like a lot of content, it's a lot of fucking work.
Man.
But
Shout
like,
out to you for that.
thank you.
Hard worker.
It's these little moments right here that make me want to do this. Like, this is a good ass time. I'm having a blast right now.
I'm having a great time.
I don't know how you guys are
I'm having the best time ever.
Got my socks.
Socks on the rug.
Sometimes this podcast is like, I don't know if you guys can relate to this, but like back, I can't even relate to this because like my fiance is just my second, like she was my second girlfriend ever.
Yeah.
Whoa.
But like,
that's hard.
It's kind of like analogous to like hooking up with someone and being like at the end of this podcast. Sometimes I'm so insecure. I'm like, was it as good for you as it is good for me?
I know that is
But like right now, I feel like it's good for both of us.
We're all we're three best friends right now.
Great time.
Three easy.
Yeah, three easy, man.
There we go.
Yeah.
You gotta initiate you
For real, bro.
Just ruins the name though.
Yeah.
know,
no, it doesn't. It doesn't.
No,
now,
it
sometimes
adds to it.
we'll walk away and be like, fuck, did we fucking like fuck up? Like, did we say some shit that we shouldn't have said? Or like, did we overshare? But I think
we
it's
always
like,
have a good time. I feel
yeah,
but then it's like, I think we're just the type of people, like we have the empathic whatever vibe where we want to make sure people around us are obviously comfortable and having a good time too.
I feel that.
Yeah.
I do feel that.
Yeah.
I've definitely had people like roll through to this podcast where they're like, where I definitely have to meet them at their level. Like it's more of like a 90-10 type of thing. And I'm like, okay, I know that I'm on a baseline pretty eccentric, but with you guys from the get, it seemed pretty like, hey, we're all kind of like characters here. I could kind of just be like myself right now.
Pelican man,
and fucking
Balut boy,
and agility man,
agile,
and
Balut boy. Balut man.
Yeah, I think something that I have an issue with this podcast, if you guys would indulge me, is it's hard for me to gauge sometimes if someone wants an interview or if they just want to chop it up.
Ooh,
do you guys understand
we
that?
have a similar thing. Sometimes it's like when we're making music with people, it's like it's hard to decipher whether they similar thing, because we love to hang out. We're good folks to hang out, but it's like, do they want to make, because we have also very serious sessions with folks who might not be on the same type of time or whatever. We've had that as well, where we're locked in and we have less time for that. But it's like that same thing. It's like, do they want, what are they looking for? What are they getting out of this? Is this a fun music session? Or is this a little bit more of an intentional music session? Or are we doing both and going to see what happens? And that can trip us out because especially when you're creating all the time. And I think we're getting to the point where we're just making a lot of music, and we work with people who also make tons of music all the time. Like artists nowadays, it's so accessible. It's easy to wake up in the morning and just make a song. Wake in the afternoon, make a song. You don't really need anything or anybody around you. So all that creative output, sometimes it's, you have to have those throwaway fun type of sessions and that type of creativity. And it's hard for us sometimes in certain situations to figure out whether this is one of those times or one of these times. Especially when we're all having a good time together and like goofing around and all that. The lines can kind of blend.
Because it can feel hella casual, and then there might not be like a hard out. So then we're just kind of like fucking around for like a couple hours, and it's like, what are we walking away with? You know what I mean? And is it something that like the artist is taking as seriously as we're taking it, you know? So
Wow, man, I feel thank you for connecting to that. I feel so seen.
Yeah.
Great therapy session.
I think it happens on a lot of levels. There's also the aspect of like, we've been in sessions, casual sessions, where we've all walked away with something that we were like, whoa, that was insane. That was incredible.
Yeah.
Like, that was great. Or like you have like a casual conversation with somebody, or like maybe set the tone a little bit differently, and it turns into something like really beautiful and something you didn't intend on.
Yeah.
So there's like, it's important to have those moments and have space for it. But then also there can be feelings of like questioning, I guess, going into it.
And I don't want to be the type of person, I'm sure you guys don't want to be the type of guys that are just like before the session, you're just like, all right, are we fucking around? Are you guys just, are we here for the hang, or do you guys want to just like get it done type thing? I don't want to sit people down and be like, all right, do we want to be silly on this one, or do you guys want to talk about like your music?
Dude, nah. Because then it's like, also you don't want to like push the issue, and then it's like, oh, it kind of shifts the tone of like,
Don't want to force it.
you know what I mean? Yeah, you don't want to force it, you know? But at the same time, sometimes having an established kind of like goal coming into the session, you know, and being like, like, because there's always like the, before we actually start getting to work and we're chopping it up, right?
Yeah.
What if the part where we're chopping it up and kick it goes too long? You know what I mean? And then it's like, we start off kind of on like a, it's already hella casual. Or if we keep the chop it up session like,
save it for the pod.
save it for the pod type of shit. You know what I mean?
Because like downstairs, I'm sure the type of personality types that we are, we could have just chopped it up downstairs.
That was the podcast.
Yeah,
too.
I would have been.
I would have been walked away and been like, oh, that was a great time.
I was just like, I never hit record, so I guess come back next month, right?
Yeah.
But then, I try to be intentional about like, okay, I feel the vibes right now. Let's bring it upstairs and let's hit record.
I like how
good.
you did that too, and I think we've been able to do that a little bit more as well too, where it's like feeling out when things are like, okay, we're getting some ideas, maybe we're talking about our inspirations, and then maybe I'll turn around and just start doing something, and then like ease into it. Sometimes it doesn't have to be like a hard shift. It could be like more of a soft transition into like, now we're creating. You know?
Wow. That's so cool. I mean, I was just when I had Seiji on yesterday, I was just telling him like, oh man, it's so interesting with you guys, because like I know that you guys are silly. I know that you guys can get goofy, but in your guys' videos, you guys are so stoic when you guys are like beat making, bruh. And so
maybe we need to be more silly.
No, you don't have to, because I think there's that duality of like already the coin, the too easy coin
duality,
and like the way it's edited is so two-sided coin. The way that it's edited is already kind of like there's personality to it, where I can understand that you guys are that without having to show it. Okay, right?
Yeah. Okay, cool,
like that.
Cool.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad.
We can show it in other ways.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Because like filming can feel rigid. You know, it feels like a task. It feels like,
God, I get
fuck,
that.
I have to set up the camera, and you gotta look this way, and the angles, and oh shit, you're out of the frame. Like we gotta reshoot that, and just different shit, bro. And it feels like a task, bro. Straight up.
But editing can, in the right circumstances, feel very fun and creative too.
Yeah.
Like, I love to edit. Like
Cam is a dope ass editor.
Wow.
But I feel like it is also, it's like the time crunch. It's like if I have the pieces there, and it's similar to music too, in music production specifically, because music production is not only about like the performance of you playing the instruments. Like we both grew up playing instruments or like doing performance based stuff, but music production is also, there's a whole aspect about like the post production, about taking the elements, taking what you have in front of you, and how can you use that to build something else, maybe mix and match it, like puzzle piece it together to create something else. And that's kind of like what editing is too. Video editing.
Yeah,
it's like you have these things, and how do you tell a story?
I get that. I completely, like if I'm making a clip, like I'm trying to make it cohesive, because sometimes there's like some chatter that's irrelevant to like the subject matter I'm trying to get across.
Right.
After I do all the fucking cutting, and I'm sure like this is just how it is when you're making beats too, right? When you hit that space bar, and then it plays through, and it's just like, that's what I was looking for.
That was it.
I know. And you don't have to like immediately hit space again after like 5 seconds, be like, oh shit, I gotta go.
Actually, I gotta clean this up. But when you can play it through, and then you know that feeling of like, that's the one.
Yeah.
Such a good feeling.
Both with editing and both with like, beat making too.
Yeah.
That's just
mixing too, because we're also engineers as well. So we started like, we actually like met in college playing music together, but then we got reconnected through working at a studio and like interning at a studio.
Yeah,
so,
Mothership Studios.
Yeah, Mothership Studios, Mothership SF. So,
yeah, shout out Chris Paxton.
Yeah. Our guy over there brought us in.
That's so dope.
And then that's kind of when we learned how to like engineer as well. So we do mixing and recording. And before I didn't really realize that mixing and recording was a similar like I could scratch that creative itch, but it really can like similar. You know, editing you will mix a song from bottom to start and top to bottom, whatever.
Yeah,
start. You hear me?
Yeah, I got that. I wouldn't even caught it. Yeah.
Okay. Like there's gonna be elements of you in there, and your own ear and your own touch. And in a similar way of like creating a podcast or editing a video, there's going to be moments of satisfaction when you hit play and it goes all the way through and you're like, yes.
So nice. So, I mean, kudos to y'all. Like mastering especially seems like something I cannot even fucking fathom. Dude, like I'm trying, like when all I do is fucking master like 3 voices in a room. Sometimes I'm just like, I don't know who's louder than the other person.
Yeah.
I can't imagine doing that with like a snare, a bass, voice, and like, you know, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Don't say the word compression to me. Don't know what that means.
Multi-band compression. Let's go.
Multi-band parallel.
Yeah. Dude, it's and then the worst part about it is learning that there are no rules. And there's because you learn certain things and it's funny because like mixing is very much like it's like a theoretical thing eventually. You learn the different pieces, EQ, compression, all these different tools, and then at one point they go, you know what? Actually, use your ear.
Yeah, use your ear.
And you're like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean?
Wait,
I use my ear.
Like, and also I just watched this dude do this whole thing and then like do a vocal this way, and the next song he's gonna do it completely different on this because it's a different. You know, it's like you learn that it's very situational, and like everybody has a different way of doing it, and that can be defeating, but also liberating. It's like it's like liberating. Both.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What do you guys think you have each individually brought to the table that makes you guys work so well together?
That's a good thing to think about. I think just overall, I think our sense of collaboration is like hella good, bro. Because I'm like, oh yeah, like I'll be doing something and I'm like, what do you think about this? Or he'll be playing something and he's like, do you like it like this? And I'll give my suggestion. And it's like everything is open to suggestion. Everything is open for change. And like, it's like a mantra that I always tell myself too. It's like, even when I have an idea that I hella like, I'm like, what's better for the song? It's not about me. It's not about him. It's what's better for the song. What's better for the beat? What is going to make it sound good? You know? And that's just what it is. Not being like overly attached to ideas to where it's like telling of you, where it's like we're just putting things out, you know? And I think that we both contribute that hella well, like, and it's like a chemistry that like it low key happened like right away, bro. Like
that's why it's too easy, because it did happen right away.
Yeah. And like we didn't. There's some people, you know, you have to like feel it out, and it's like, are they receptive to this and that? And it's like from the get, I was like, I'm gonna play this, and then he plays this, and then we switch it up and do different things, like and we both like and then we end up both liking it, and so it's like I think that's what makes it like dope, you know, because we all have things like we come from different backgrounds in music, and I think having like a musical background, a performance background is like hella important. I think deal. Like to
helps
know having knowing theory. Like I'm not even hella versed in theory, but I know a good amount of theory, enough to get me by and be like, oh, you know, that chord sounds weird, or like, you know, we can make some changes and this and that, and like, but having the background, having the knowledge, having the open mind, I think it's dope. And we both have similar tastes too, bro. Like musically as well. Like,
and I feel like we just genuinely we're locked in. Like we have great communication. Our only arguments are like, oh, like maybe move that snare over a little bit to the right. Yeah. And then eventually it's like, oh yeah, you're right. Like,
eventually.
Wow. Like, oh, you'll do it over here. Okay. I was like, oh, we can have it like this over here, and then maybe over here.
I actually appreciate we always listen to both ways. Yeah. And then sometimes we go, well, let's have both of them. Like somehow, like we'll incorporate like all of our ideas together, which is very rare. I feel like I collaborated with people, especially with like beats producing. Like it's bro, it's hella hard to collaborate with anybody because you learn how to do it on yourself by your computer. It's like you kind of think of it like you're driving a ship, right? Like there's only one steering wheel, like, you know, and then have two people grabbing the steering wheel being like, we should go this way, we should go this way. It can, you know, you could flip that ship over. So it's a delicate balance to have somebody who is open to ideas and open to communication, and also trying things out and not like set in stone too. And when I started collaborating with him, I was like, oh yeah, I never really had that experience before with other people. So it's it's been
then like when we did have that, like I had like some experience like coming into it and being like making beats with the artist in the room type of shit, where I was like, I'm making the beat with the artist and they're telling me what to do and blah blah blah. Like I had like a good relationship like that already established. And so like when Cam came in, like I remember you saying, you were like, oh shit, I never done it like that before, like making a beat with the artist in the room.
That was the
like,
scariest thing to me in the world. Like making the beat in front of the person who's about to record on it was like hella terrifying. I'm like, wait, I can't edit it and like spend 5 hours listening to the different
and they're looking at the screen as you're doing it.
And they're writing to it and they're hearing it as it's happening. And if it doesn't sound good right away, they're like, oh, I don't like this. And like because also, there's like, it's a process. So eventually it's going to sound maybe bad at first, but then it's going to like build into something else. So being able to be vulnerable in that space was very rare to me. And then he was like, what are you talking about? Like, we're just going to make the beat right now. Like, we're going to do it right here. And I was like, what? Like, you just can make it in front of the person and then they're cool with it. And then, so that was a big thing too.
That's crazy. No, kudos to y'all, because your guys' job is so hard. So hard. I mean, it's similar to instrumentalists in a band, right? I feel like instrumentalists in a band or producers nowadays, they're getting a lot of love. Like, it's so dope that like, you know, the bass player is getting hella love nowadays, right? Right? And that producers are getting credits as they should for the song, rather than all the attention just going to whoever's like spitting on the track. Because it's so easy that since you guys are not the frontmen, to be overlooked, right?
It's too easy.
It's so easy to be overlooked when people don't realize that like there's so much pressure. You know, you guys are the ones engineering. You guys are the ones mastering, making the beat in front of the person. I'm a singer, and so like I know, and I have a lot of friends that are jazz musicians that are in that world, and I know theory, and I know how hard music can be. And I've talked to like my jazz musician friends, and we've come to this agreement that like singers can be the worst musicians because I don't have to know theory. I know so many dope ass singers that don't know theory.
It's true.
We're kind of just like we mimic a voice. That's all. We mimic a voice in our head. We know how things sound, but we don't know theory. We don't. So it could be as easy as like going inside the booth, punching in, right? As opposed to like a jazz band has to like make it from scratch. From their they have to read their sheet music. They have to know their scales and their theory. You guys have to fucking actually work on your guys'. I don't know what software you guys use, but you guys
mostly. I work on Logic, but
so you guys have to do that, and there's like theory and there's learning with that, as opposed to like if I already just hop in the booth, I just got to make sure I ain't got no phlegm, and I got to make sure that I gotta get my words down, and that's it. But I know that I shouldn't breathe down your necks while you guys are making it. I'm gonna go fuck off.
It's like really it's a relationship that is important though, to have somebody in there with you making the song, even if they're not contributing towards like the musical elements, they kind of are in a way. And our best songs that we've made, like one of our favorite songs that we made with Three Lease, wow, that's like a great example of she was in part of the process as much as we were part of the process. We were like all writing the song together live. And it kind of informs what we're doing as well too. Like you can be in a box and just being by yourself, isolated, making something for somebody else, and somebody else comes on it, raps on it, pause, but play fast forward. Somebody else raps on it, sings on it, and it's funny. It's like that is you collaborated, but they didn't really collaborate in a way.
Yeah.
They weren't fully part of the process.
They weren't fully part of the process.
Yeah.
And so whenever we can be in a situation where that door is open, that's like the ideal situation.
Yeah.
Because then it's confirming for us being like, oh, they like it when I play this chord.
Yeah.
Or actually they want the chord to be a little bit different over here. And we're still trying to figure it out too. But if we're like able to communicate, it is a very important. So I very much appreciate like the singers, the rappers, the artists that we work with to be a part of that process as well, if possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
So
giving
it is
input too. Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say just giving input. You know, I feel like that's also helpful for us, and just to like
so you know what direction to go in.
Yeah, seriously,
Yeah.
bro.
You're not just blindly producing.
Yeah, because sometimes we'll start a session, our backs will be turned, we're locking in on something, and the whole time we're thinking like, I mean, maybe at the earlier stages we're thinking like, okay, I'm liking this, I know Tajín's liking this, but are they fucking with it?
Yeah.
I don't know. And then it's like this kind of thing where it's like, you know, you have to, you need that confirmation in the room, and then we'll turn around and be like, let us know if we want to change anything. And then as soon as they're like, y'all do your thing, we like it, then that's when we can keep going. But it's like, you need to have that full consent, you know, like
consent.
back to consent.
Back to consent.
Yeah.
Horny for success. Yeah.
Horny for success. Yeah. We got to send you the song with Stunna about consent.
Yeah.
No lie.
Dude,
it's an incredible song.
Side tangent. Like, I think
Yeah.
Stunna Man is he's successful, and he's such an enigma because the subject matter on which he raps about. The only person that will rap about salads and talk about intermittent fasting, you know?
So true.
The only rapper that'll talk about like, if you gatekeep it, you can suck my dick. Put your hands on a woman, you can suck my dick.
Yes.
Just
Straight
like,
up.
like
Yeah.
it sounds like it's offensive, but it's
Yeah.
not. It's promoting like good habits, healthy habits,
it
and
is.
like good morals and values, and that's why he has about consent and whatnot.
Yeah, but then he'll also say some many shit too. He's like, we were talking about duality. That's a very much duality personified in a person right there.
And I feel like he doesn't even know it. He just kind of says it, and he just goes about his day.
He's chilling.
Yeah.
He's having a great time.
He's just having fun with it, man.
Yeah.
And that's it seems like you guys are having a blast with this.
Dude, we
Yeah.
have so much fun, bro.
It looks so fun.
We have
dude.
so much fun. We be laughing.
I was thinking
cracking
about
up.
how we were in a session this last month or so. I forget who it was with, but they were saying like every time they would do a vocal take, it was like they're singing. Every time we do a vocal take, they would do one. We would like they're like, every time I finish a take, you all just like give me a crazy reaction, like because we're just like so juiced. We're like, oh yes, that was it, yes, because we're like even when we're recording people, we're like we try to be as part of it as possible.
Yeah.
And we're genuine people, and we're just gonna, if we hear something we like, we're gonna just react to it.
Yeah.
And it's like, whoa, like I wasn't expecting y'all to be like.
That?
Oh man, now I feel bad.
Fuck.
But
It was someone recently you guys had on that spat something, and you guys were like, "Oh shit, this is fire."
Well, they were singing something, and we were just like giving, I guess, good reactions to everything they were doing.
That feels so good though.
But we didn't even realize we were doing it. Really, we were like, oh, my bad. Like we were just like over here vibing, just like
that
excited.
makes someone better, you know? Like when you guys are producing and you're given that confidence, that validation, then you start coming up with like better ideas.
Straight up.
Because you're confident with yourself.
Yes, yeah. And that's like, we're trying to cultivate an environment like that when we're in the studio with somebody, is like comfortability, being playful, being like having like ideas be like exercise, I guess, but then also encouragement too.
Yeah.
And that's like very important.
It's very important. No, I mean, like, because your guys' job is beyond the music. You know, it's you guys are vibe curators, right?
Dude,
Vibe curators.
Very analogous to like how a DJ's job is more than just the music. They're curating a vibe in the club or wherever they're like spinning, right? You guys, when someone steps into your studio, you're working, right? I mean, you're playing, but you're also working, you know?
Yeah.
No, we take it seriously though.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
It's a big deal,
On the
dude. It's
clock.
beyond. I take pride in this podcast because like my job begins when you guys call the gate. When you guys walk through the door, I have to make sure you guys are comfortable, right? You guys are walking into a stranger's home. I have to make sure that you feel like that I'm not a stranger, and like that you guys feel comfortable before we have like this conversation.
You did a great job.
Yeah,
by
you
the
did
way.
a great job.
I felt that.
Yeah,
I tried.
I walked in.
I
I liked it. It feels like a family home. Like I'm like, hey, I'm coming over for dinner or something. You know?
Yeah.
Well, if you look underneath your chair, there's
Oprah.
prime rib.
Bullets.
Bullet boy. Imagine I say my superhero name as I'm doing it. Balut for you. The Oprah Balut.
Oh my god.
Yeah, dude. Because I did this podcast in LA where I had to. Oh God, I hope they're not. I doubt they would listen this far into an episode or listen to my podcast.
Please listen.
But please listen. And it's no. If you are, it's nothing against you. I love you all. But
Yes.
I did. It was one of those podcasts where like I walked into the studio and they're just kind of like, "What's up? Hey, how's it going? You're gonna be sitting right there. All right, okay. What are your numbers like?" And I'm like,
Oh, what the fuck?
Come on.
Damn.
Now.
That's
You're
crazy,
gonna make me
bro.
feel like that?
Yeah.
No,
like
sir.
I definitely
Come on,
felt
bro.
the LA-ness here. You know,
Yeah.
there was.
Bro.
I can't generalize it. I'm sure there's a lot of LA peeps out there that are really chill,
yeah.
really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
But when I felt the difference between Bay Area culture and LA
Yes.
in that moment.
Yeah.
It's people who are doing it because they really love it out here. Because it's hard to do it out here.
It's so
Yeah.
hard,
so
man.
hard. It's
It is.
like it's unimaginable. It's like really crazy when people are successful and doing what they love to do. But then it also is like reassuring. It's like, oh, so if this person is doing this, that means they probably really love it and they're not just doing it for whatever X reason.
Yeah.
And I think in
Yeah.
LA, there's maybe a little different culture, especially people folks who might be moving down there for, and
For
you
that
know,
reason.
For that reason,
Right.
and it gets probably mixed in. It's like a mix of like genuineness and bullshit, and probably usually the genuineness.
Yeah.
It's truly
yeah.
transactional.
Yeah.
Yes.
Down
That's
there is what I
That's a
get.
good way to put it. Yeah.
As opposed to here, like, they're, we'd be lying to ourselves if like working with someone didn't, that we didn't think about the gain that there was for either of us, right?
Yeah, of course.
Because we're out here still trying to pursue our dreams.
It's a part of it, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But like, there's truly much more part of it that is just like, I love doing this, you know?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
there will be days where I'll have like Russell on, and then like after like
Come on now.
a week or two afterwards, like I
Trickle
had
down.
my homie on that doesn't even have an Instagram, and I just thought he's just a funny ass person because I love doing this thing.
Yeah.
I love doing this.
That's what we need out here. And I was also thinking about the Nump interview you did. Shout out Nump.
Shout out to Nump.
That, like, when he was talking about like the sacrifice he had to do as an up and coming engineer.
Yeah.
That was, that's the cancer in me. I was getting a little emotional. I was like,
Dude, it's a big
Wow.
deal.
I was like, man, like
Yeah.
that is some. It's just part of the culture too of like, and what we strive to be a part of. Like we do this because we love it.
Yeah.
We're not trying to like fake it till we, we're not trying to like imposters, or impersonate any type of way or producer type of music. We're trying to be genuine as possible with it, and it takes a lot of sacrifice. And so you look at people like that, and a lot of other people like you, people like the Russell, people who are really doing it for the right reasons, and it's how can it not be inspirational?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How can it not be? I mean, we're all walking stories, dude.
Yeah.
Rather than like everyone doing it for the wrong reasons, like they're just all trying to promote themselves as a business. But I'm trying out here to I'm grateful that I'm making friends through this podcast. It's such a such a silly way to just like meet friends, meet new cool people that understand.
outside of like work, like
that's
I've
true.
met so many people and have made so many friends in the last couple of years doing this.
It's so cool,
straight up.
Crazy.
and you don't have to see those people. Like I'm probably not going to see you guys like every single week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
why not?
Unless you guys are just like throwing rocks at my
go.
window,
Yeah.
be like, "Hey, let's do
Another one.
Movie night.
I'd be down for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, like it's kind of those things. Now, like, well, if we see each other at an event, if we all go to the same show, right?
Yeah.
Now, like, we could say what's up, and like we've had this moment together,
Yeah.
as opposed to like if we knew each other like through Instagram, we'll say what's up to each other. But
Yeah.
chances are, since it's crazy at shows, we'll just say what's up real quick, say things for a minute.
Yeah.
But this podcast is like an excuse for me to have like a sit down conversation
Yeah.
in depth and get to know y'all as individuals.
Make it last forever.
What's that from?
Keith Sweat.
Oh shit. Okay. Do you guys do that often, where there's like a song that you just like go back into and you just like
I don't
reference
know
it?
why that just made that just came to me. Because it's true what you're saying. Like this is like far more impactful than just like being like, oh, what's up, bro? Like, what's your ID? Okay, cool, follow you. You know,
Yeah.
And I think
Yo, bro, I fuck with your shit. It's so fucking up, bro.
Which is cool.
Yeah.
Hey, I love
like
that, bro.
Yeah.
I get definitely that's really nice when somebody can say that, you know?
Yeah.
But it's just, we have a similar situation in studio sessions after you spend like 4+ hours with some person. And then it's like, oh, we have like a special thing now that other people don't have. They haven't seen. Like we've had some really great times with people, and then it's like you see them outside and you're like, it's a recognition. You're like, oh yeah.
I always show a
We've
lot of
gone
love.
through war together.
Dude, This creative journey can be the gulag, though, you know?
Gulag.
Bro.
Like, we understand each other on, like, a creative level, at least.
Remember that moment when the mic wasn't working?
Fuck, dude.
Guantanamo.
Have you guys ever had, like, moments like that, big scares, or just like, yo,
Oh my god.
fuck, man, I didn't hit record on that track. Yeah, you know.
Oh,
Dude.
yeah, that happens a
Whoa,
lot.
Brad,
Yeah.
tell them about the first time you were with the
Oh,
Pablos.
shit, bruh. Yeah, dude. So, do you know Pablo Skywalking?
No.
He's like a rapper out of like Detroit,
Michigan.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
He's hella funny.
He's a real goofy
and
guy.
you
probably
should-
like him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
I'll
would
go tap in with
him
him.
a lot.
Lanky,
He's
goofy
really
motherfucker,
funny.
like-
Movie buff too.
Okay,
Really
remind me
likes
to add him on IG
Yeah.
after this.
Yeah, Pablo Skywalking. But anyway, so like he came through to the Bay, and I was working with my homie Jay Stay True, and he like basically invited him to the studio. And this is when I first started interning at Mothership, and I was like, I didn't know shit, bro. Like I literally just knew how to press power.
Okay.
Yeah, no routing,
No routing,
Set
no
up-
fucking
connect
set
the
up the mic.
mic.
I'm like, oh, I think it should work. Yeah, and then so I was like, yeah, bro, come through to the studio, and like I was was like, I was
shit.
like, all right, bro, I gotta
Sweating
learn how to do this shit all right now. And basically, bro, nothing worked. Like nothing worked, bro. Like, and it was me. It was me. It was not the equipment. It was me. So I was like, and he was like, I tried to get him to go to the other room, and I was like, oh, I'm not getting any signal, and like blah blah blah. And then he was like, can we just move the mic to the control room?
Oh my
and
God.
I was like, oh, I don't even know how to do that, man, and blah blah blah. It was just bad, bro. And I was just like, oh, I feel like a fucking idiot, bro. And like.
I feel like you called me even.
Yeah, I did.
maybe.
I was like, bro, do you know how to do this and that?
Yeah.
It didn't end up working, bro. But the cool thing was, at the end, I told him, I was like, bro, I'm sorry. This didn't work out in the way that I thought that it was going to. Like, I wanted to, like, do this, and that. And he was like, don't even trip, bro. Like, it's all good. Like, blah, blah, blah. Like, you're cool people, and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, bro, that felt hella good, because it could have been taken another way where it was like, damn, like, oh, why did I even come out here for? Like, you know what I mean? But
he's obviously been in hella studios before.
Yeah.
But it's crazy like that. You had that experience like right when you started, like a real ass, bro.
yeah, like
you
Pablo
listen-
Skywalker, he's pretty popping.
Wow.
Like,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
got like a good amount of followers, like and shit like that.
So
Yeah.
And at the
horrible,
time, he
bro.
did too.
Yeah.
At the time, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's been
Wow.
around for a minute.
Yeah,
He's been
yeah,
around for
no.
a minute.
And so, like, you're just sweating bullets when
It's not recording just like the homie down the street, like
no,
whatever. It's like,
He's a big artist.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
dude.
relatively. Yeah.
I make sure now that I eliminate any chance of
Oh
like
my
that shit
God.
happening.
Yeah.
Like I will make sure that I'm prepped like 30 minutes prior to people's arrivals. Like there's
that's
no
good,
buzzing
bro.
in the earphones that
Yeah.
that I can't catch later.
Yeah.
I'm super OCD about getting my shit in focus.
Yes.
Because I'm just gonna punch myself in the dick
Yeah.
later on. That I did you join in on that?
Yeah. We're all punching in the dick. You didn't get the focus right?
3 easy.
For,
Horny for success.
Horny for punching your dick.
It's the craziest. Like, man, that's masochistic and sadistic.
Yeah. People like it.
Yeah, dude. But oh shit,
no pause on that. None.
No pause.
We don't do that anymore.
we don't anymore.
Yeah.
There was a time
There was
There
a
was
in the
a
time.
time.
'70s. It
Punch.
was fine to grab a hammer and
Yeah.
Just, you know.
No, you don't leave room for margin. I mean, like, man,
for Jesus. Yeah.
Jesus. Don't leave room for
Don't leave
Jesus.
room for Jesus.
Yeah, or leave some room. Just
Leave
a little bit.
Just a little bit of room.
Just so you never know when he's around.
Yeah. You might need to
He's
just
knocking right now.
track Jesus if he pulls up.
No, yeah, that's when shit, especially in a podcast. I've done podcasts before where it stopped recording. Like, oh my god, and then you're like, oh my god, they don't know it's stopped recording. Like I was engineering, and then like you have to tell them.
Oh, you were engineering a podcast. Interesting.
And they're like, you got to tell them, like, oh, hey guys, stop talking. You remember what you just said? Okay, let's
Say it again.
Say it again.
Yeah,
just the worst. But it's something that you build up on because you, especially with working with music, audio, performance, you have to expect the unexpected. Always, you got to always expect that something is going to go wrong.
Yeah,
and it's about how you pivot and how you move in that moment. And working in a studio first taught me that. And I think we've both had similar experiences. Being somewhere, setting it up. Oh, it's perfect 30 minutes before. And then you press play and nothing's working. And now there's silence in the room and they're looking at you and you're looking at yourself and you start looking at your phone and you're like trying to figure it out and it's not going to work out. You got to make some calls. Maybe just for moral support. Maybe the people on the other end don't even know what you're doing, but you just need to talk to someone right now.
and figure it out.
Figure it all out.
Yeah. I've definitely had like instances where I forgot to like clear out because this laptop's from like 2018 and I didn't get the best specs on there.
Yeah.
Another great year. 2011 and 2018. But there was this one time I had someone come through and then like it just I didn't have enough like memory space to like hold any of the fucking stems, you know?
Yeah.
And so like when I ended it, it just said like, we can't save these stems. And then I was like, oh fuck.
No.
Yeah. So I somehow finagled a way to retreat to like, to get the stems back. Don't know how I did it, but then like, imagine like if I were to stop this and those like sound waves were just lines.
Oh no!
Nothing. And I was just like, "Oh shit, that's just like an hour and a half out the window." And it was great stuff. But I was able to not tell the guy. I'll be like, "All right, I'll catch you later," and I figured it out like in an hour.
You're like sweating hella hard. It's all good, bro.
Middle of winter.
No, I've done that too, where you have to just put on a brave face. You know, is something wrong? No, it's just a couple things you just got to boom. And I learned this from a couple people we work under too. This guy, our guy Dan, like people just how to like be calm in the moment.
Have to, man,
and just be professional. And working the studio is one thing. I also have experience doing like live sound and stuff. Working for like artist concerts.
Damn,
and that also fucking when something goes wrong in a concert.
Yeah,
it's a different type of situation because now you got
I've seen it happen.
Not just one person looking at you in the room. Now you have 200, 300 people silent. And then you have an artist on stage or whoever being like,
"Hey, can we get this mic going?" type thing.
Oh my God. Yeah. No, that's not a good feeling. Yeah.
But those are growing moments.
Such growing moments. Yeah. No, you work through it and then afterwards you're like, I just went through war, I did battle or something like that. And you're like, and then the next time it happens to you, you kind of know how you will react to the situation because you might be freaking out at first, running around like a chicken with its head cut off or something.
Like it's always going to be okay.
Yeah,
it's always going to be okay.
Yeah, it is.
It's music at the end of the day.
It is truly. When I had a moment like that with like when Stunnaman came.
Yeah.
So he was I made a clip of him doing your guys' record talk. Yeah. And he spat it live on the podcast, and I had like a quarter-inch attached to like my phone, my iPhone. Mm-hmm. I remember like he was going off so hard that like
clipping.
The phone slipped off of my thigh, and then it disconnected in the middle of his verse. I was able, as a magician on Final Cut Pro, to be able to like edit it out and make it seem seamless. That edit never.
Because I didn't even notice that. I watched that video and I was like, "This is wrong." Wait,
with some angle changes, since he like kind of brought it back a little bit, I just kind of blended it and then like
pivot.
And it's like I'd never dropped the phone or
magic.
stopped.
Come on,
magic man. Yeah,
trying. Dude.
I had a moment when I was doing. I've in the past couple of years, I've done like some live stage managing stuff as well as like some sound stuff for a couple artists like Tech Nine. I went on the road with him, and his shows are crazy because they're like perfection. Like he's I mean, this dude is like in his early 50s and everything is perfect. Like he is worked on his stage presence, his whole show. It's like everything is supposed to run without a hitch, you know?
Yeah.
And I was up there for one of his openers, like I was doing like cueing the tracks for him in his openers essentially. And his opener was up there and I didn't have the right songs. Like it was like I only realized it halfway through and I was like, wait,
oh shit,
these are not the right order. Oh no, these aren't even the right songs. And then there's like the moment where then the artist looking at me and be like, okay, play this song. What's happening? And I'm like, I don't get the songs. I don't get the songs.
Shit.
And then he's walking over to me, and this is like maybe a crowd of like 700-800 people or something like that. Like,
Bro.
and bro is looking at me like I can even do something about this. And so then I like have to do something where we're like play something and then come over and be like, listen, bro, and you just have to be calm in the situation. Be like, they're not there. The songs are not there. These are the songs that are there. We got to pick from these songs. He's like, all right. And then like we just had to figure out something and like do some little hand signals. But it was a moment where I was like, this could, if I had a different composure, I would be like running. I just wanted to run away. Like it was one of those things. It was a fumble for sure. I don't know what happened, but luckily the person, he was cool about it, and we actually did it in a way where the audience didn't really notice that there was anything different.
You just played like a track in between that chatter.
Track in between, and then figured out like a new set list that he wasn't necessarily prepared for, but he was able to do. So yeah, but
fuck, dude,
it's one of those things. Yeah,
crazy.
Yeah, that's making me sweat. That's making my underboobs sweaty right now.
We don't like that. You gotta have a different type of composure for that type of stuff, but. Luckily, the studio is a little bit safer.
It's safer. It's not in front of a bunch of people. You can save it. If you forgot to hit record on something, you could just tell them to get back in the booth. And then
we've had to remake beats before.
Oh,
yeah. We've had to remake.
Well, you just like lost the entire fucking beat somehow. Like what happened?
Dude, that was a fucked up one.
Yeah.
You can tell the story.
Yeah. No, we were making a beat, sounding great, like. Going good, and this is a paid session. Like someone booked us and everything.
Reached out to us, like,
reached out to us,
a song with you guys.
Yeah. And so like, fucking bro. Like it was, dude. We finished the fucking beat. We sectioned it, everything.
Yeah.
And we were like, all right, ready to go into the booth.
Hours in.
Hours.
And we're it's a nice intricate R&B beat. We're playing nice chords or all these things. Sectioned it, and then they're about to record on it.
Yep. And then just fucking. Did it crash, or like while we were bouncing it, something happened?
It crashed. Like, the computer crashed.
What?
And all files were corrupted.
Gone.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah, I remember there's a moment where we noticed. We know it happened before they know it happened, right?
Yeah.
So you have to figure out like, okay, how do we break the news? And we're like sitting up there on the computer, like,
and then we just like swiveled our chairs, like all the way back. We're like
synchronized.
All right, so
evil villains, breaking the news.
Something has happened.
Oh, dude,
it's like disturbance.
It's like being a doctor and like delivering the news that someone died.
Not gonna make it.
He's not gonna make it.
It kind of felt like that a little bit. Yeah, we had to be like, okay, should we say it? You said, okay,
Let's just
both say it at the exact same time.
Let's turn around.
And then we had to actually just redo it. We had to remake it. Yeah,
I was like, bro, don't worry about the time. Like we got it.
We got to go over, but we had to remake it.
How many hours did it take? Was it close to the original beat?
It sounded a little bit. The feeling was different. That's the thing, bro. It's like it wasn't really nothing that you could really explain. But we did everything like because didn't we have like we pulled up the same sounds and everything, but it's just the feel of it sounded different.
Probably because the pressure was on.
And we're like time now. We have to like get it done in a certain amount of time.
Yeah, and it was going well too, bro. We were locked in. We were like boom, boom, boom. It was flowing, going really well. And after this happened, we were like. Kind of lugging along now to like remake this shit, to come up with those ideas again, and or try to come up with the ideas that we remembered that we had, but it might not be the same.
Because it's oftentimes you might do one thing and it's fire, but then you move on. Your brain kind of like forgets a lot of stuff, like melodic stuff too, ideas.
Yeah, you can't retain that much, like all the small nuances that you had when you were like freely producing.
Yes, exactly. So it's important. That's why it's nice to have two people, because one person can be like, oh wait, actually like two takes ago you did something that you probably didn't even realize you did that was actually good. But then if you're recreating something, it's hard to capture the feel. So we had to. That was definitely. At the end of the session, I was like, "Oh my god, never again. Can never happen again." Yeah.
But I'm happy with how we handled it, though.
You have to. Once again, it's a growing moment.
Yeah.
Shit.
The dual pivot.
Fuck, the dual pivot's a scary thing.
yeah.
I'd be like, what are they about to tell me right now?
Yeah. I'm looking at your like audio recording now.
Oh, dude, yeah. You guys might have seen that I went to sleep.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, people
Scared
freak
me.
out often, especially like people that know like that know software. They're just like, is it still recording? I'm like, it's all good. Yeah.
That's good. Yeah. Please.
But yeah, I don't know if you guys know how I end these episodes, but like I end it with like an improv scene because I have a background in comedy improv.
Yes, sir.
So, La Russell's
Yes,
done it.
and me.
Tieda's done it. A bunch of people that I think wouldn't do it have done it.
Let's fucking do it, man.
So if you guys are down, the way that this works is that it could be based off of everything and anything having to do with today's episode, or it could be based off of nothing at all. My only question is that you guys want to start it or me?
Okay. There's no scene set up. We're just going.
Just kind of go into it. Yeah, I'm not going to be like Cam, Doctor, 29, Interior, Kaiser Permanente, Tahini. I'm not going to say any of that stuff.
All right. What if? We're not setting it up. We're
not
doing
setting
it
it up. We're just going to go straight into it. Do you guys want to start it off or me?
Straight. Did you have an idea?
Do you have an idea?
I actually don't have an idea.
Sounds like you got an idea. You'd be the first person to start a scene of my guests.
All right.
If you start it, because it's never happened.
Okay.
Okay. Let's do it.
All right.
All right. And sorry. Christian, that was a great take. You did a great job.
Was that good? That was a good one?
Yes. You did
Okay. Do I need to punch in another? Do I got to do another one? Because I felt like I was kind of nasally or phlegmy on that one.
No, I mean, honestly, I think probably you could. One second.
Yeah.
Tajín.
Yeah, bro. To be honest, it sounded kind of weird.
What do you mean? This is like how this is this is my signature sound. This is what all 200 of my followers really fuck with.
Yeah, it was just weird, bro. You got to run it back.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Baby, lock them doors and turn them lights down low. And put some music on that song.
What are we gonna do with this? This is.
Baby, we ain't got no place.
Do we tell him to stop now, or
the labels hit him? The labels telling me.
just let him keep going?
Hey, what's going on there? You guys are like kind of chattering. Like, was that a good take? Because I felt like there was a lot of oomph in what I was putting out there.
Yeah, man, the real Morgan Waller, whatever. Good vibe. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
thank you.
Yeah.
Good vibe. Oh, just one second. I think there's a little bit of issue with the audio.
Okay.
Yeah, you see it, bro. You see where it cut out right there? It kind of cut out. Right?
I think we should honestly take that little cutout. We should scrap the whole thing.
Just tell him to do it again.
Let's just.
I don't know, man. I just don't know if he's really.
I mean, if you guys are kind of like feeling a different vibe, I could try a different record that I've been working on. You guys want that?
Yeah, I mean, just any vibe. I mean, any different vibe. Let's just, maybe try.
So that was more country. Do you guys want me to go more trap?
Let's, yeah. Let's do some trap. Let's do some trap.
Just load it up. Load it up.
All right. Can you play the beat for me?
Mm-hmm. All right.
Yeah, money, funny, sweeter than honey. Yeah, down here with AKs and I'm gunning down you bitches. Throw you in some ditches. I will just wash the dishes. I'm feeling kinda delicious. Whoa, Christian on the track, cause you know I'm not whack. Yeah, I rip your mama's blouse and I ask her for a snack. And I throw her away and I say, those tits are whack. And let me go to Radio Shack. Word. How was that? That was good. That's gonna be off of my
Cut the beat.
That's gonna be off my new EP. It's called I Want the Whole Kitchen, Not a Snack. Breezy.
Whole kitchen. I mean, it sure made me hungry.
Yeah, I am hungry. By the way, do you guys got any like food?
Yeah. Hey, I work with a lot of big people, in my time, and I like it, but it just needs something. You know what I mean? It needs something. I need. That song. Pour me up on a double shot of whiskey. You know what I mean? I need some of that. You know what I mean?
I don't think I'm familiar with the song. What's the
How
song?
did it go
Can I
again?
hear it again?
Yeah.
But longer.
Another shot of whiskey.
Oh,
Okay.
Hey, drop the beat.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah. Hey. Pull me. Wait, y'all not doing the same song? Or?
I'm feeling
Wait, cut the beat,
inspired.
cut the beat,
Cut the beat.
You're
You're
the
telling
artist,
yourself
man.
to cut the beat.
You're
Yeah,
the
you
artist,
cut the
man.
beat.
You know, I gotta listen to my own direction sometimes.
I'm still in the booth. Do you want to switch with me? It sounds like you got something cooking up.
Yeah.
No, man,
Hey,
you're
Christian,
the
get
artist,
in here,
bro. I
man.
don't do
All
that.
right.
Yeah.
Actually, I have some skills in
yeah.
getting random miscellaneous objects and making beats.
You know what? I think let's do a little thought experiment. Let's just switch places right now.
Okay.
You can be the engineer now, and then you can
Gotcha.
be
All
the
right.
artist.
I'll
Okay,
be the
sounds
artist.
good. Okay.
All right, Christian, start it off.
Load it up. Yeah. Foreshadows in the time that I perspired, and I'm inspired by all the things that I do in my life. I'm gonna do it to it. Yeah, you know I'm coolin' with my bros and my dudes, and you know I'm really cool, and you know my name is Tajín and Cam. Oh shit, I don't know who those guys are. Shit, my name is George and Ian.
All right, cut the beat.
Hey, Christian, cut the beat.
Hey, Cam, cut the beat.
Cut the beat.
Yeah.
Yo, Tajín, that was a completely different song than whatever you were
Y'all,
saying.
but I mean, you guys
to-
put me on the spot. Y'all put me on the spot.
We
Also,
thought
my
you
name's
were-
not even Tajín, bro.
What's your name?
George.
George.
How did I switch? Sorry, honest mistake. They sound exactly the same, right?
Yeah. Hey, Christian, let's take the talk bag off real quick. I need to talk to you.
Okay.
All right. So I know George just did a whole different song.
Yeah.
I don't know how to quite say this, but it wasn't recording.
It wasn't recording at
It wasn't
all.
recording.
Were my tracks even recording?
Hey, y'all, can y'all load it up? Still?
Hey, Tajín, hey, Christian, can you walk out of the room real quick?
Okay, I'll just go fuck off and smoke a stoke.
Hey, Tajín, are you still? I mean, George, are you still there?
Yeah.
Remember when we were recording Christian's tracks? Mm-hmm. Actually, I don't even have the software to record music. I don't know what's been going on, but nothing has been re-recording. I don't know. Do you know how to break it to
Christian walks back into the room.
Hey, okay.
Is that just Amazon Prime playing on your on your laptop?
Hey, George, can you hop off?
Is that just Donnie
I'm
Darko playing? Well, I thought, where's Ableton? I thought you guys were recording this shit.
Hey, Christian, I don't know how to put this to you, but I've been completely flailing this whole time. Yeah.
Low-key, I'm not even signed.
These aren't even XLR chords. It's just really long spaghetti.
Silly putty.
I know you came here all the way
Silly
from Detroit, Michigan
Yeah.
to record with me, but
Yeah.
I have no clue. I don't even know how I got in here, to be honest. I don't know how I got these codes to the studio. I'm really sorry. I've been playing
guys,
like I was an engineer.
Guys, yeah, everything that you're saying right now, I'm kind of freaking out, bro, because I'm supposed to turn something into my label tonight. Okay,
George,
so somebody's got to turn
George.
something else, or I'm getting dropped. All right.
Then
YouTube
I guess
tutorials.
3 hours later. Okay.
3 hours later.
All right, and let's just record it on GarageBand on our iPhone.
I think that's what
I got this new
YouTuber is telling
software
us to
called BandLab.
BandLab.
You should probably try it out. I know he might have some experience.
All
with
right,
that.
who's going in the booth? Cam, I think it's your time to shine.
All right.
say. My time, it's his label.
think it's-
Oh, it's
Yeah,
his people.
Okay, if
No,
you
but
want
it's like
I'll
you
go.
just lay down a reference, and then
You guys, I think this is too easy.
And scene. Damn, and that's the origin story of Too Easy.
From not knowing,
Dude,
from
the-
not knowing
yeah.
to knowing to I'm
Listen.
George now.
Oh, that's improv,
From
y'all.
Tajín.
That's that was
that
funny
was
as fuck.
something.
That was freestyling 2 songs and not recording it, even though I have been recording it this entire time. We got
That's
some
not
magic.
that's not a joke.
not a joke
yeah.
at all. Gentlemen, thank you for coming through.
Thank you.
you so
Before
much.
we leave, can we say a couple things?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so by the time you're seeing this, we will probably have these songs will be released to the public, but keep a ear out because we're dropping with AMK, Slapped.
Alien Mac Kitty on
Mac
all
Kitty.
streaming services.
Yep, and that's on the 22nd.
22nd of I mean, this is probably going to come out in
Yeah.
a little bit of time,
Yeah.
but look for our stuff with AMK, Alien Mac Kitty, and Too Easy. We will have a single out, and also we're dropping with Stunna Man 02. That is
It's time.
It's time. it's time. That is coming very soon as well.
Yep.
So
And you guys have
the
sent me
14th.
some of these tracks that are yet to be released, and they're dope. They're dope.
Thank you, man.
And it's really good. And I love that you guys have that versatility to make, it's that iconic Too Easy sound, but with different artists and like different genres, And like you guys are really killing the game. I think some of my favorite producers in the Bay Area right now.
Okay.
And I've heard a lot of shit, dude, but it's kind of like, pretty similar to like when you hear a Pharrell beat, it's a Pharrell beat. When you hear a Too Easy beat,
That's
it's a
crazy.
Too Easy beat, right?
that's crazy.
So shout out to you guys, and here's to your guys' like further success. And
Man.
you guys know my skill set. You guys know what I can do. If you guys need help with anything, if you guys ever
Yeah.
want to come back for another podcast, so that I could like help record the journey. If you guys just want to shoot the shit,
Hell yeah.
super duper down, dude. Just hit me
We're
up.
very
whenever.
grateful
Man,
for you
so
as well.
grateful.
Christian.
Vice
Thank
versa.
you very much.
And
Should
before
we
we get out of
salute?
here, one more salute. And the way I end these is that if you guys could look into the barrel of your camera and leave my audience with a phrase of saying, a piece of advice that they could go about their day with that reminds them that it can't be that bad.
You got one?
Yeah. Don't sweat it too much.
It can't be that bad. Yeah. Don't. Is that how you have to say it? Like
You don't have to say it can't be that bad.
okay.
Afterward.
Okay.
Just say your thing.
I would say when you hit those crossroads in life, those bumps, those bruises, just remember that there's always a silver lining, and make sure to pivot and keep shamoning to the moaning.
To the morning, baby. Come on.
Dope. Gentlemen, thank you for coming through.
It's too easy.
Till next time, because there will be a next time, and I'll
will.
catch you guys later. Baddies, I love you guys, and
Baddies.
peace.
Baddies.